television's original automotive magazine.
John, if you own a car with a timing belt, it is imperative that you change it according to the manufacturer's specifications, and don't try to cheat on it. Reason is that if a timing belt fails on a lot of these engines, what'll happen is that the valves up in the top of the engine will collide with the pistons in the bottom of the engine, and that's either goodbye valves or it's goodbye valves and engine. Not a happy ending. All right, where do you find the recommended change interval? Well, usually it's going to be in the owner's manual, but they usually only give it in miles, not in time. So, the generic recommendation is to never allow a timing belt to remain on an engine for more than 5 years. Time is just as much an enemy as is mileage. Now here we have a mock-up of this to show you what goes on. Up here we have this larger pulley that drives the camshaft in the engine. Down in the bottom we have the crankshaft. The crankshaft produces power from the pistons. It rotates this belt to turn the camshaft to keep everything in sync. Valves open when they're supposed to and so on. All right, that's simple enough. But things have changed. In the old days, a timing belt was typically replaced at 60,000 miles. Well, that meant that most of the things that go along with the timing belt would last 120 or through 2 timing belts. So, in the old days, you put a timing belt on, and then at the second timing belt, you replace the water pump and the other things. But that's no longer the case. Timing belts now usually get changed at about 100,000 miles, and that means that all of these different accessories, it isn't likely that they're going to last 200,000 miles. So, what do? Well, you look for a kit like this one from Continental. Continental puts these together, and it includes all of the wearing parts that go with the timing belt. Idler pulleys and tensioners and things like that. And where it's applicable, even the water pump. So, you look for the kit. That keeps you from having a failure of these other parts. That means that you pay twice because you have to take everything apart again, and that saves you money. And if you have a question or comment, drop me a line right here at Motor Week.